Good afternoon, everybody. My name is John Price, coming to you live from Hills Creek Baptist Church, where our pastor is Reverend John Price Sr. This clip that I'm putting on YouTube or putting out for people to check out is just a informational clip regarding being unique to the gift that God has given you, stretching outside of the box. Using your resources that you have to enhance your music ministry. Um, so I'm gonna show you the things that I have real quick. I'm wanted this to be real quick. I'm going to talk about using backing tracks, um, which is something playing with you when you play on the keyboard as a musician, as a music director. Also, the uniqueness of using sounds, layering your sounds, modifying the sounds that's in the keyboard. And I'm going to play two tracks. I'm going to play a song that we do here at the church, and I'm going to do a shouting track. And I'm just going to talk in the middle of that and just talk about music ministry. And I hope this blesses you. Okay, so what I'm going to show you, what made me want to bring this out is this computer that I'm working through is the MacBook Pro, which is awesome. I'm working through that right now. A lot of musicians talk about using sounds and what kind of sounds to use, and we love Mike Burrell, we love Jason White, those guys, Kevin Bond, a lot of them. But I was inspired by some guys that are not that are up and coming. Jeremy Wilder, Roy Cotton, B.J. Brown, Jermaine Smith. Also, I'm gonna tell you about this guy, Jamal Hartwell. He's big time. GospelMusicians.com. This sound right here that I'm using comes out of the Roland MKS20 module. So I'm gonna talk about that later, and I have it actually in Logic Pro, ready to use and to show you some things. I'm gonna show you real quick. This is, if you take a look at our setup here. This is the keyboard that I use here. It's a classic Motif. I love it. Motif 8, 88 keys. This D right here is sticking. I got to get that fixed when I get some money, get the key. Found a clip on YouTube how to fix it, and I'm going to fix it. This is my dad's keyboard. It's here at the church. We got the Personas right here. It runs into this MacBook. I have the MacBook right here. On this MacBook, I have Logic Pro. I have Reasons, Fruity Loops, all kinds of things. But I use Logic. It's so easy to use. I haven't looked at a manual. I looked on YouTube a couple times, watched Jamal use it on YouTube. Jeremy Wilder uses it. That's one of my good friends. B.J. Brown, I seen him use it at his church. So that's all I use it. I know Roy Cotton, he inspired me to use it. I seen him with the MacBook. So this has on Logic and MainStage, it has about 10,000 sounds. But I found us on eBay for like $16, the whole Motif XS sound set. I downloaded it on my MacBook. Awesome. So I can use some of those sounds. It sounds just like the keyboard. They don't have the effects to it, but you can use it and tweak and make whatever sound you use. So I use a lot of the synth sounds, a lot of the bass sounds, a lot of stuff to kind of make my tracks kind of fat. So that's just a little bit, of the things that I use. Again, this is the Motif Classic. We're gonna show you I use performance mode. Take some of the sounds that I tweaked a little bit, add it with some of the sounds on Logic, do the backing tracks, and it sounds like you're a full band. It's awesome. So this is the MKS, the Roland. This is the MKS by itself. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit here. All right, that was I Need Thee. Reverend Price sings that like every other week. Musicians, know the song that your pastor sings. Know it, be able to play it in any key. That was in the key of D. You do it in that key. Know what key your pastor's in. Follow your pastor. If you feel like you can't follow your pastor, you feel like some things ain't right, talk with your pastor. If things just don't feel right, you prayed about it, you find you another place to be at. You don't have to stay at the same place. The pastor is the head. So you have to go by with, if the pastor's following God, whatever he has, the vision he has, follow that, and things should work out okay. Oftentimes I tell musicians, or I feel that if it's not going the way you want it to go, that's why we have different denominations, we have different things. You have a church, there's a church out there for you. So just know the song. That's a quick tip. So I use that Roland MKS 20 sound. Awesome sound. What I'm going to do now is talk about backing tracks. Backing tracks is when you can have a track playing and you could direct. That's why it's important to learn your different skills. Take your gift and let it go. Learn how to direct. You can learn to sing. You can get you a little cordless microphone that put right here. You can be a one-man show. I have a great drummer, Chris Squall, my cousin. Fortunate to have a bass player, Kevin, and have a bongo player, Milton Cook. They can't make it to rehearsal often due to scheduling conflicts, but I can make the track. They can come in, pick up, play with. If they're not here, we can still move on through rehearsal, have the formats of the song and everything down. It's an awesome tool. I encourage you to try to use backing tracks. You don't have to have the computer to do it. You can have the motif, do the tracks on there, and just go through it with that. Get some headphones for your drummer. The drummer is basically the person that needs to hear it, and let it roll with it, and know the format. Teach your director the format, and you're good to go. So it's a song that we do here. Trouble don't last always. The days are gone where you have excuses of you don't have the music, you don't have this. You can have a full band now. Yes, a full band. Play that with your backing track. Have your choir hitting. You can, if you don't have a whole lot of choir members come, you can. Haven't done it personally yet, but you can get some of the people in the group to do backing vocals, and you can sound great. A lot of churches are doing that now because it's kind of tight now, and people don't want to play because they don't want to get this and that and whatever. But you can do what God do, and everything can work out. And if it's okay with your pastor, let it roll. Okay. So with this backing track, I'm gonna play "Trouble Don't Last Always." Check how I use my sliders. I'm going to turn this over here real quick. I'm going to show you. Here's my sliders that I use. Here, I got my sound. I'm going to have a Rhodes sound coming in. Hold on here. I'm sorry. I have a Rhodes sound that I use on the motif that I've kind of tweaked a little bit. But it's a Rhodes sound here. Then I have a fancy little brass coming out, synth. Then I got this funky sound I made out of a synth bass. That junk is hot. Change the octave on it a little bit. Turn the mono off. That junk is hot up here. You hear that? That's hot. So I got that mixed in. So I'm going to do Trouble Don't Last Always. I'm just going to do a little bit of it. And I'm going to come back and talk a little more about it. And we're going to go on from there. And this is using backing tracks. 101. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties. While I'm trying to figure that out, I got it up. As soon as it went down. It came up. So I'm going to change this, and we're going into it. Thank you for your patience. Here we go. Trouble Don't Last Always. Turn up a little bit. All right, here come the intro. Hear that intro? Get the people involved in the song. All right, here we go. Trouble Don't Last. Got the piano in there. All right, here we go. Going to the road. All right. Bam! Special! So you can just keep on in that. Keep on in that thing. And the good thing about that, you can keep playing this. You can loop it. And when I say loop, you can loop that track all the way till, you can loop as long as you want to. People can go into the church, you go home, go back. I mean, the great thing about track, you can loop it. Loop means you could set it at a certain measure and keep playing the same thing over and over again. With the drum, the little click track, you can do that for like 8 measures or 5 or 4 measures and just let it go all the way through. And the great thing about backing tracks, if the drummer or somebody, bass player got to go out,